Hi, Shena here tonight with George. Anyway, as I've been moving through this cancer journey, and as you can tell, I have what appear to be breasts, but they are actually tissue expanders in place. And now that my body has pulled and moved, and I've had to be really careful because the tissue expanders were twisting in my body. So like they were moving, like literally, like I could take this one and turn it around, and that wasn't supposed to be happening. So I've taken great care, and I've done what I've needed to do to keep them intact. But at the final surgery, which we got scheduled, that's January 31st, the plastic surgeon will even that out and take care of that. And then that's when we swap out the tissue expanders for breast implants. So, and I had to go week after week after week once they installed these after my surgery in August for the fills. And then now the tissue expanders stay in place for from the last fill, about a total of 3 months, and then they swap them out. However, when I had this surgery done to replace necrosing skin and to create a pocket for implants, I had to have the latissimus dorsi, the back flap surgery. So in your latissimus dorsi is your largest muscle in your back along here. I have 2 rather large scars. I do have them pictured in one of the YouTube videos and some other places. And then they cut out football shapes, areas of skin, tissue, muscle, all of that stuff out of my back. Well, they cut the latissimus dorsi muscle, and they basically kind of, from what I understand, and I'm no doctor, but from what I've read, is they take that muscle, they pull it up under your armpits. And so anyway, things feel weird, and I'm starting to gain muscle control back. And then, of course, I have the arthritis in my spine and the chronic pain condition in my leg. And I also need to be doing things like starting to get my heart rate up for 30 minutes at a time. So right now, my health is at this really weird, I'm in a really strange conundrum because it's hard for me to do the physical activity I need to do. The energy doesn't seem to need to be there for that. I tend to be focusing my energy on, things I love to do, which is, I love to create and work and do that. However, I've forgotten that part of that purpose of what I do in the creating is the sharing with others what I do. And this also needing to get back to health, and that has seemed rather overwhelming lately. So I thought tonight that I would do a little Kundalini yoga video because I need to work on these muscles. I notice, I have like numbness and tingling through here. I don't have all the feeling back. It feels like Novocaine. That's the best way I can describe it. All of my back muscle area. Nerves are really weird, but I need to build back that strength because I've noticed that the arthritis in my spine is really, really hurting lately. And I'm have to manage that as well. So I need to be doing these exercises regularly. I was supposed to meet with the physical therapist yesterday. I did not. So now if you're going to join me in any of these exercises, please know that I'm not a doctor. I'm not, here to tell you what to do. You should talk to your doctor and make sure that you are prepared and ready to do any sort of physical activity, not just this one, if you share this time with me. Okay. All right. And so I'm demonstrating what I'm doing, and I'm simply put, I really need to work on my posture. I need to stand up straight and tall. I need to have an evenness. I need to keep my shoulders back so I can keep allowing the oxygen to come into my body working with that breath is really super important, okay? So I always imagine that I sit up nice and tall. As you can tell, I'm sitting cross-legged. You could be sitting in a chair right now with your feet flat on the floor and your knees and toes pointing the same direction, okay? So you don't have to be sitting like this, but I needed to work this way tonight because I want to work with all of the energy centers in my body. And those are, areas that we believe that, control certain aspects of our personality that we can work with, that, they're also used in acupuncture and lines, and also as it blows my mind. I look at charts of like the lymphatic system and all of that stuff, lines up, boom, 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 with ancient forms of medicine and modern forms of medicine. And I'm so jazzed that all of this is starting to come together and work. I've always believed that if we can combine, other healing, all of the healing models, the mind, body, soul, realizing that all that is so important, that we can certainly, like, wow, how amazing, and what can we heal and what can we do, that ability to work on our bodies and have what we need for them, exercise, foods, oxygen, water, okay? We have all of that. And then to work on our minds, talking, and we have all sorts of different kinds of support groups online and in our communities, and we're learning to build community again since the pandemic, and in new and different ways, and to work on the mind, where we stop the worry and doubt, and we gain the confidence, and we buck up, and we just keep going. And living creatures have this innate thing in them that's it's all about surviving. Darwinism, survival of the fittest, eh? Well, I've certainly been the old cow that would have been stuck out on the side of, the old lion put out to pasture and left along the fence line. So over the last couple of years, but we're getting back. Anyway, I've really noticed today, and it's gotten cold here in Wisconsin, and so it's getting hard for me to walk. And I do have a treadmill. I need to have somebody to volunteer to bring that into the house so that I can treadmill it. But anyway, all right. I wanted to, you have to excuse me. Part of recovering from the chemotherapy is I'm having issues with my mucous membranes. So like in my nose and my sinus related, and I'm getting a lot of drainage, and you notice there's a lot of weird after effects after chemo. But anyway, oh my gosh, my back has been hurting so bad. I have uneven boobs that are kind of flat and weird and all that sort of stuff. I'm sorry. This is it. This is part of going through this flippant cancer, and I don't know. I can't hide this stuff. I wish, I would have had, I don't know. Wish I would have had somebody like me that I would have come across as I was starting out my cancer journey. And, now I'm at a point where it's different. Okay. All right. So I was going to do this thing. I got the book out, The Over Self-Awakening, and there's some good meditations in there. And I'm going to start talking more about this. I realize that it's just been so long I've been focused on what I need to do. And, as a healer and as a teacher, I knew I needed more than I'd been giving myself. And because I was focusing my time and attention in other areas. So now I'm stepping back into myself, one thing that I really was able to do all throughout my cancer journey was pray. It was easy to talk to God, talk to the Creator, to say prayers and do rosaries and memoraries and do all of that, because that did not require any physical faculties. And I was led in prayer, and I firmly believe that the power of prayer does amazing things, and that there is power in numbers. That's George, by the way. So he's an Iowan like I am. So, and I have had him since, oh my gosh, 2000. It was the summer we got over 100 inches of snow in Madison. So since, I don't know, 2006, maybe not. Anyway, oh, you can tell I have lovely socks that match. Look at that. I know that they have mates. They're just in another clothes basket. All right. So tonight I really have to get back into, I have lost so much muscle that I gained over the summer after I got my port out in February of 2022. And so if anybody doesn't know, a port's a medical device, and I still have the scars here, that's implanted into your chest for you to receive chemotherapy and immunotherapy through, because literally your veins become junk, and when you get poked, you would bruise tremendously from that. So it was a way to keep things healthy. Yeah, chemotherapy makes your veins junk. Anyway, if you want to sit cross-legged, if you're a gal, you should put your left leg over top of your right. If you're a gent, you should put your right leg over top of your left, okay? Or if you're sitting in a chair, like I said. So we need to sit up nice and tall, and that's what I've been forgetting to do, because it's felt more comfortable in my chest area for me to be kind of hunched over, because everything feels so tight. Those tissue expanders feel like saucers that are rocks, is what it feels like. And what that's doing is that's expanding the tissue that was grafted onto there. We've filled them to a level that I'm thankful that I was able to achieve the same size of my original body parts, because I am feeling much better about it. I don't know if in the final surgery that's where we'll end up, because I am going to have some, I don't know. Well, we'll just talk about that another time. I'm not here to talk about that tonight. All that medical crap is gross anyway, but it's actually really interesting too. Oh my gosh, the things that they can do and the way that they can save and improve lives today. Just amazing. And I have had the most amazing medical care teams, All right. Anyway, so I can't wait to get back. Throughout this, I wish I could have been able to do things like acupuncture and chiropractic and other good things. However, that just did not work out that way. And I was physically limited with what I could do. And of course, the whole situation in itself lended itself to being a rather a life-shattering and changing experience. And I would say that being ill with cancer was life-shattering, and also now at this point that I'm at the end, it's been very freeing, and things are very different right now for me. And this is also a rebirth and a restarting and an awakening. And, I feel more connected than ever to God and to my faith. And I mean, even talking about it now, like I want to cry, because I believe fully 100% that it was my faith and the way that I practice my faith and choose to, and that I believe in it, that saved me from this cancer progressing much more rapidly, and it kept it out of my lymph nodes. And there's story after story after story, and testimony after testimony after testimony of people that talk about how their faith, they believe that there are miracles or tumors disappear. Like, this stuff is for real, okay? And there's, I fared well. Watch out, there's a cat interruption. He just walks right in front. All right. So I realized over the last couple days, and I've been very, very tired, and my activities increased. And as I mentioned, I canceled the physical therapy appointment because I also know what to do, but because of the pain condition, I can overdo it, and I just need to know to remember to take it slow. I've been teaching fitness, cat bomb again. I've been teaching fitness, ever since I was in my late teens, and all different kinds of ways. And I know how to move, and I know a lot about the body, albeit I'm not a doctor or a professional, but I know how to use it. And I know when I'm just being stupid about things and pushing it, or when I am helping myself. So I need to help to get back. Like, they chopped that big ass muscle in my back and ripped it up under my armpits, man. Sewed it up into my chest. All right. So let's go ahead and sit up nice and tall, okay? You can tuck your chin in. Focus your gaze ahead of you at the wall. Let your hands fall to your lap. Good. Pull the shoulders back. That's one thing I have to remember and I have to work on. So I do not want those muscles to tighten up and stretch. I need to be opening up my chest and making sure I'm getting enough oxygen because my brain needs it so I can think right. Okay. And my organs and everything needs it. And I need to be at that point where I can work my way up to 30 minutes a day of walking. I have to. To beat the pre-diabetic diagnosis, I have to hit that point. So I can reverse this, okay? So now more than ever, I'm motivated to figure out some way to be physical with trying to be very careful and not overdo it. Do my history of infections and complications. And so I do not want to screw this up. I'm on the cusp. January 31st is my very last surgery, and that's it. I'm done. No more. I'm not doing nipple reconstruction. No, I just want to feel comfortable in my clothes and have body parts back and, limbs that are able to be replaced are being replaced. And I want to feel comfortable in my skin, and my mental health has already improved. But my physical health hasn't improved, darn it. All right, but we're working on that, okay? From eating healthier foods and meals, which I'm going to be sharing. I met with a nutritionist at my hospitals and clinics, and so that was a really wonderful experience. I learned so much about how to eat for this type of disease to prevent it, the type 2 diabetes, not the cancer or the chronic pain or the chronic migraine, because it could be, take your pick, just spin the wheel, right? Okay, but anyway, breathing has always helped me with all of this. Mindfulness has always helped me with all of this. And right now, just moving with my body in proper alignment and feeling along my spine. And I feel all sorts of tightness up through here, around my tissue expanders. I feel weird on my back. That's really super bizarre too. But sit up nice and tall, tuck your chin in, and of course don't do this without a doctor's permission, or don't do it at all. I'm actually just here for entertainment purposes, okay? And to share my journey. And I don't know, like I said, I can teach these classes. I just want to share with the world what I'm doing and I feel works, and it can help people bounce back faster. I see women running marathons, a year and a half after beating cancer, and here I am still over 2 years later. It's frustrating, but I'm not giving up, no way. So we start small. I have to do this. So I'm going to show you a couple of things I've been doing lately to stretch out these muscles. And one of them is a couple of Kundalini yoga techniques with breathing. And of course, the breathing is one thing I always focus on, and I've been focusing on a lot lately because I've been using a lot of breathing myself. But in and out through the nose if you can. Tuck your chin in, lengthen the spine, pull the shoulders back, put your hands together in the prayer position. Tuck your thumbs into your breastbone and take a very nice deep breath in. Filling up that abdomen with air, pulling that breath all the way up to the top of your head and holding it there for a moment, and then exhale and start to push that belly button into the spine as you let that breath out down every single vertebrae of your body while you're keeping that spine lengthened. Keep your shoulders back, your chin tucked down, your eyes are closed, and you're focusing at that spot right between your eyebrows, your third eye point, okay? And another deep breath. Here we go. Inhale through the nose. Hold it, and then exhale. Shoulders back. Good. Inhale. Hold it at the top. Exhale, push down every single vertebrae. And as you do, just let your hands gently fall to your lap. Your palms facing the ceiling. Keep the shoulder back and the chin tucked in. And you can open your eyes, find a place to gaze at against the wall, to keep your eyes fixed upon. Find a spot to focus. And I'm going to go ahead and turn my palms over, pull my shoulders into my sides, and I'm just going to do shoulder shrugs. I want to lengthen that, the latissimus dorsi, that really big muscle in your back. It's the largest muscle in the body. Actually, it's the one that runs, if you can imagine, along your spine, all the way out to the sides, like underneath of your shoulder blades and stuff. Okay? So, and I find that these shoulder shrugs have helped me, and they also help with the arthritis in the spine. And this is actually a Kundalini yoga exercise. So it's an inhale, and you pull the shoulders up. And what you're doing is pulling them up, and you're not scrunching up. You don't want to scrunch up. You want to keep that spine length and the chin tucked in. Inhale and pull the shoulders up towards the ears as you inhale, and then feel like your head's being pulled up toward the ceiling with a string, so you're lengthening everything and stretching it up. And as you exhale, you keep that length that you've created in your spine, and you just pull your elbows down toward the floor, which pulls your shoulders down. Good, 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 good. Keep your chin tucked in. And I can feel weird things happening, okay, because those muscles are being activated in my chest and in my back, and it feels really bizarre. So, one thing I need to focus on is I don't want to push it to the point of pain, and I am going to realize that there's going to be weirdness, all right, okay, because literally my body has been sliced and diced and given, nuclear tech chemicals, for over 2 years, okay? So stuff's weird. My brain has to get used to this new me, okay? So, and my emotional side of me has to get used to my new me, and my spirit and everything else. It's just all changed. But we're focusing on physical tonight, right? Okay, yeah, we're not going deep. Okay, we've already been there. All right. So I'm just pulling those shoulders back, keeping that spine length and chin tucked in. And I inhale and raise the shoulders up to my ears. Lengthening that spine, keeping it lengthened. And I exhale, pushing my elbows down toward the floor. Good, releasing all that breath. I'm going to do this like 3 more times, I think, okay? And as my eyes are closed, I'm looking at that point right between my 2 eyebrows and slightly above. If I want to visualize a color, I envision like an indigo, kind of a galaxy color with, white and really deep violet purples. Good, I did those. Okay, that made me feel better. Now I have to kind of stretch it out. All right, another thing that I like to do and I want to do is I am doing this practice of, slowly, I guess, creating an image, creating my better health. Sitting upright like this. Oh, I need a camera person. Anyway, so your feet are going to be toes pointed upright. We can see the red one better. I should go to the other side. Haha, I knew there was a reason I had matching socks on the air. Okay, so sitting upright, you're gonna have these upright. Okay, so your toes should be pointed upright like this if you can, sitting outright. If you're sitting in a chair, just keep your feet flat on the floor for this one, okay? And if you want, you can put your knees together and together just like this, and with your feet on the floor if that's comfortable to you. If you're sitting in a chair, you can maintain your sitting position. All right, so legs straight out like that, and up nice and tall. So you're gonna sit up, and you can tell a difference. Like I said, I want to hunch in on myself because everything is off. Okay, so I'm gonna pull my shoulders back, tuck my chin in, and I can already feel tingling in my leg because I have trouble with all of this nerve issue from 2015, and it's really annoying. But this helps alleviate that, okay? All right, so I'm just gonna sit here, and with my hands, if I want something to do with them, I'm gonna put them on my lap. My palms are gonna be on my lap. Pull my shoulders back, tuck my chin in, and what I'm going to do is take a really deep breath right now. Keep those toes pointed up toward the ceiling. Really deep breath, and as I exhale, push all my breath out. I keep my body lengthened, and I just lean forward slightly. And I'm getting a nice long stretch through the back of my legs and up through here. And I am barely moving. Like back in the day, I used to be, pre-cancer, I could get my body bent all the way down to my legs, and I would always say in class, don't do further than you have to, or don't push it, and don't think you have to keep up with me. Well, now you can really keep up with me because I can't do it all the way down anymore. And really, that's about as far as I can go right now with this. So, but my most important thing is body position. I want to work with body repositioning, make sure my body stays in a nice position. So pull my shoulders back, tuck my chin in, hands are in my lap, deep inhale. And as I exhale, I just lean forward, and I lean from my waist. It's natural to want to lean from here first, but you want to lean from your waist and lean forward and try to maintain a straight back. And so I'm struggling with this, right? With this exercise, and I have been for the last couple of days. Inhale, sit up, check your body alignment again each time. Lean forward. Exhale. Good. All right, so I did that a few times, and then I exhale. And it's really weird because I can feel underneath of this tissue expander. I can actually feel the muscle, and on this side too, contract and relax, but more so on my right side. I'm right-handed, so I do a lot more with my right side, and I notice that muscle, how it works a lot, especially I'm basically about 12 weeks post-op right now, so I'm healing rather good. I'm excited. I took my first bath for the first time yesterday since August 17th, and I literally laid in there for like 3 hours and watched like 3 movies and had a good time. And I took another bath tonight because that helps my body so much, and we'll talk about detox baths and stuff and some of my other things that I do. Just some little remedies that I like to use and that I feel are beneficial, and I like essential oils and other things like that. I believe it's part of it. Okay, my back's already feeling kind of better. All right. And one thing else I found that's good to do is I kind of also done a modified shoulder roll. If I move my back around like this, what I'm doing, I feel, is just shuffling those muscles around. And so I'm just rolling back one at a time. If you want to add some breathing, it's inhale, circle up, exhale, circle down. I'm going to slow it down and control that breath and control the rhythm. And then I can reverse if I want. Inhale, circle forward, exhale down. Okay, and that feels weird, but I'm working. What my goal is I'm trying to do stuff that lengthens that muscle that I can do. Now, I think I'm far enough out from surgery that I can reach above my head. I have not had a huge problem with it. So I've been able to bend my arms at about this length. This is another exercise I want to do. And I pull my shoulders back, tuck my chin in, make sure my body's nice and lengthened, like I'm pulling my head up toward the ceiling. My fingers I spread wide because I want to open them. I'm also trying to work with, I'm kind of trying to kill two birds with one stone. I feel like I'm trying to do stuff to get the lymph system activated in this. Okay. And I'm going to inhale, twist my body, exhale, twist my body the other way. And this is one I cannot do fast yet, all right? This is typically done a different way, but I like holding my arms up because I feel like it stretches and it helps with that numbness on the sides of my body. And this is just what I've tried from what I've learned through years of teaching yoga and doing light touch massage and working with different mindfulness activities for chronic pain and healing, and my times of teaching others. But I'm sharing with you the slowness of it. This is not even an official class. This is me just running my mouth right now. I mean, we'll work our way up to that point, I really hope. But I'm not going to worry about it. I'm still sharing my journey. I'm not done with it yet, and I'm rebuilding. And this is what I'm doing. And, so I'm sharing with you what works for me, but you do what your physical therapist, your doctor says, and don't do anything I'm showing you without a doctor's permission. And, of course, you don't want anything to hurt. But I'm trying to keep my elbows up. I'm trying to keep them kind of like a clothesline. All right? So this time I'm going to stretch them out. And here I go. I'm going to inhale. Oh, I can't do this one. I'm hitting my books. I need to stick out further. Okay. Never mind. All right, like chicken wings now. So with my arms up, I put my thumbs on the back of my shoulders, my forefingers to the front of my chest. I pull my chest back. My elbows point down toward the floor. My spine is lengthened. My chin is tucked in. And I'm going to inhale, twist left. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, twist left. Exhale, twist right. And breathe in and out through your nose and try to do that breathing deep from the belly. So, and I'm going to do this rather slow. Okay? So here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Try to keep my arms up. Pay attention to where they are. Sometimes it's helpful to look in a mirror when you do this. Good. And now I'm going to stop. And I like balance. So now I'm going to just switch my breath. I'm going to inhale when I twist right. Exhale when I twist left. And it feels weird. I feel this muscle doing weird stuff when I do this. But I'm not hurting anything. I'm not feeling pain. What I am feeling is like itching and some of that nerve tingling. Like kind of like something fell asleep. Which it feels like that anyway. So, but this is just a different way. And I'm hoping that it activates those nerves and helps regrow and rebuild some cells and makes me stronger. I have to get up to 30 minutes of walking a day. I'm getting my heart rate up a day, because I'm getting it up. And if I can get back to full Kundalini yoga, doing I can get my heart rate up what they want me to, that a very brisk walk would bring. So that's what I'm trying to do, because it's also good for the other elements of my body, the arthritis in the spine stuff, the bursa problem, all of the trigger points, which fingers crossed. I think I got approved for nerve ablation. I think we call it, the nurse, we scheduled that today. So I had spoken with my doctor, one of my pain doctors about it. That means that I don't have to travel to the hospital every few weeks for shots, because I've had a lot of injections than normal. And so we are going to finally fry my nerves. And so that makes me a very happy woman. Okay. All right. That was fun. I wish I could have done my arms out, but that'll lead me to another one here. So arms straight out, palms face down. Okay. So just going to go out. Inhale, and then exhale, bring it in. Inhale, pull the shoulders back, keep the head held high, chin tucked in, exhale. Good. Okay. And now I feel like I want to stretch my arms up more. Now I am 12 weeks post-op, so I am going to risk stretching up because it feels really, really good. And I can feel, and I'm going to squeeze my hands. I wonder if you can see here if I go back a little bit. So I have my hands turned in like this, and I'm reaching up, bringing my upper arms against my ears, and I'm reaching. Inhaling, exhaling, squeezing my hands together, pushing that breath down every single vertebrae, lengthening my neck and spine. Again, I inhale. And I exhale. I think I have one more in me. And that's the last breath. I just let my arms gently fall down. My palms face the ceiling. Okay. I shake it out. All right. So that made me feel a little better. Another body positioning exercise I do is, and I don't, I'm not going to get up in the middle of this and do it. But I like to lay on my back with my knees up. Did you hear some cracking? Okay. And I pull my shoulders in to my sides. Let me see if I can get any better. It's kind of a funny shot. Okay. So my knees are bent. I pull my elbows in at my side. I inhale in this position. I lengthen my spine just where I sit. And I exhale. I bring my arms down. Everything feels really weird. So the way those muscles move along here, I don't know. More of the women I see in groups have where they take the fat grafting and build breasts. It's the DIEP surgery, and basically, this is kind of similar to that. This is, is where you don't have enough body fat to create a breast with using your own body tissue. This is what they do. So they've pulled those muscles. And so I'm sharing with you the weirdness that's going on. And I'm scared that if I don't do this stuff, I'm going to lose it. And, I wasn't ready to be done teaching yoga yet and to be done teaching ways of, people enriching their lives and in ways that work with your body, because I have, worked myself sick a couple of times in my life, I believe. I think a few more. I think, it's been a few times. All right. So inhale. So I'm down here at the exhale. And I inhale. And my elbows are at my waist. My belly rises with the inhale. And each time I try to come closer to my shoulders, I can't touch my shoulders from this position yet. I could, but it would really hurt. So I don't. And I exhale. Get the bottoms of palms. Backs of my hands touch the floor. Inhale. I hold it for a bit. I try to stretch and exhale. Okay, and then I want to sit up, so I gently roll my body to one side, my knees, and I push myself up. All right. Okay. And Miss Alexa over there beeping at me. She's been listening to what I'm talking about. Alexa, are you listening to me?
I'm designed to protect your privacy, so I record audio only after your device detects the wake word, or if the action button is pushed. On Echo devices, you'll always know when your request is being sent to the cloud and recorded, because a blue light indicator will appear or an audio tone will sound. You can learn more by visiting amazon.com/Alexa privacy.
Aha! They was recording me. And I have seen the blue light spin round and round and round and round. Fuckers. Sorry. Okay. So those are the few things that I'm doing to stretch myself out from my surgery and my back flap surgery. And yes, so we got that scheduled, got a lot of things done. I'm feeling better already. So part of it is I felt so closed in and my back hurts and I've slept a lot the last couple of days. I really needed it. My body needed the rest. And I have also been self-defeating lately because I am watching other women run marathons a year and a half after breast cancer. And here I am over 2 years later and on my very last leg of my journey. But everybody's journey is different, okay? So I lived, I'm here, I'm rebuilding. And I thank you for joining me. I get some wild hair, don't I? All right. I just wanted to share with you some of the exercises I'm doing. And this is another one too, while I'm pointing this way, is that I like to do is I sit back on my knees and I get down. They call it the child's pose. You put your arm head in between. You stretch. I lengthen my spine. I push my tailbone to the wall. I really like this one. It feels really good on my back, but it also feels very bizarre all the way through here, up through my armpits on both sides. It's kind of creepy sometimes what things feel like. And you don't realize until you go through something like this, what you use those muscles for and all there. It's like when you hurt your thumb or you cut a finger, you realize how much you actually use that for something, you know, or how much you use. It's like, wow. So this is weird. Anyway, this is Shena Strong. And I, of course, don't do anything I do without a doctor's permission. And, you know, all I'm doing is just showing you what I'm doing based upon what I've been taught as I step back into myself, into this new self. Being on the very last leg of this marathon, my very final surgery related to my breast cancer is scheduled for January 31st. Woohoo! That makes me a happy woman. And I am just building it back up. Cancer changed me really dramatically inside and out. And I'm here to share with you as I move forward, and hopefully we move from one of these classes where it's a little bit of comedy and pulling the shoulders back, and I explain to you kind of what I'm feeling, and we can laugh at my misshapen boobs because I'm not wearing a bra tonight with them, you know, so you can see the weirdness in the spacers, and I'm touching myself in front of the camera. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. But we're sharing my experience, and I'm working my way up to where I can teach a class. That doesn't stop me from being able to teach mindfulness and other things like that require just me running my mouth. But me doing the physical things, that's what we're getting back into. And we're allowing that to heal good. So I have good posture. I'm not young anymore. I'm not going to bounce back as quick. But what I can do is do the right things to ensure that, I live as comfortably as I can the rest of my years. And hopefully through this, I alleviate and relieve pain. So that's my goal. All right. Namaste. Peace and love, my friends. Shena Collins with Shena Strong, just showing you a little bit of what I've been doing to keep myself strong and to make myself strong and to work with those muscles and share my journey with you. Okay. Have a good night. Thanks for joining in with me. We can laugh at this video later. Peace out.